Now, Gauteng authorities are intensifying their efforts to monitor those who try to leave the province illegally. Police are deploying several roadblocks during the first weekend of adjusted lockdown level 4. Let's get an update now from Nkosazana Dambuza at the Grasmere Toll Plaza south of Johannesburg. Nkosa, I see the police are already out there stopping some vehicles. Exactly what are the rules in terms of leaving Gauteng? Just remind our viewers what they need to produce to authorities to show that they've been allowed to leave the province or come into the province.
Good morning, Maseko. Well, I'm at the Grasmere Toll Plaza here on the N1 South towards Gauteng. And as you know, 24/7 roadblocks have been set up by the South African Police Service and traffic police officers just to check for those work permits. And as you know as well, that if you're not carrying any of those, if you're not carrying a valid permit, you will be stopped. In fact, I've seen 2 cars already this morning that have been stopped, and I'm told by the police officers that they will actually be escorted to understand the nearest car dealership and then back to Cape Town where they came from. And this of course follows the government's ban on travel for leisure in and out of Gauteng. And as I know, 10 of these roadblocks have been set up on the borders of the Gauteng province. But joining me now to talk more on this is Obert Sibasa from the Gauteng Traffic Police Department. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Can you just tell us, what discoveries have you made here today? I mean, I saw you stop 2 cars and I understand that they will be turned back. Why is this?
Yes, good morning to the viewers and thanks. This is the simplest message that we're sending as Gauteng law enforcement agencies. We have mounted or implemented 10 roadblocks across the province and bordering with the 5 provinces, that is Free State, Northwest, Mpumalanga, KZN and Limpopo, to ensure that people comply, to enforce compliance with regard to DMA. The 2 cars earlier stopped. Yes, we suspected, and that is a clear indication to other road users that we are not going to allow people taking chances. Following thorough investigation by vehicle safety unit and verifying with the dealership, the cars were escorted to the nearest dealership, which is VW, due to the fact that those that were driving those cars didn't have proper documentation. They will be sent back to where they come from.
But what exactly are police officers looking for when you stop and search these cars? I understand that you're also looking at roadworthiness as well and compliance to COVID-19 safety protocols.
Yes, ma'am. Indeed, that is our focus. That is our objective. We stop motor vehicles, we search them for anything illegal, for roadworthiness, for documentation. With regard to public transport, you must have your driver's license and professional driving permit. And depending whether you are local or from Free State, because of where we are, it's between Free State and Gauteng. For long distance, it is load capacity 70%. However, local it's 100%. Those are the things that we check. Also, very key. Earlier today, we had to send back 1 car, which was driving from Free State. They didn't have permits. They were heading to Sentin. And also arrested 2 earlier this morning for possession of dagga and crystal meth. That is a clear indication that we are sending out there to say, please do not take chances. We are out here to ensure that people do comply.
And with cases rocketing in the province, are you not concerned about the health risk that is posed to these traffic police officers while they are on duty? How are you ensuring that they also stay safe?
In terms of our, protocols, health protocols, we do observe that. I think you earlier saw, if we stop a motor vehicle, we sanitize ourselves. We are always wearing masks as officers and also sanitize whoever that we stop to ensure that, we don't end up being victims. Also, the Department of Health is on board As we stop motor vehicles, they also screen passengers. And if you are suspected or you do show symptoms, you are immediately tested for COVID to ensure that we don't spread this virus or pandemic.
Thank you so much. Well, Masego, it is the first weekend of the level 4 lockdown, but I can tell you that there's not much traffic that's flowing through this toll plaza, and that is probably due to those travel restrictions.
And of course, Nkosazana, yesterday we found out that there are some, companies at the airports who've decided to ground their planes until the end of the month because of this reason. All right, Nkosazana Dambuza.
Absolutely. From what I understand. Absolutely, Masego. From what I understand, yesterday, Comair actually announced that they are grounding their flights from the 5th of July for the next 3 weeks. And we also got word that Lyft had also announced that they will be grounding their flights as well until August. But also I spoke to FlySafair rather, and they instead chose to rather just change some of their scheduled flights just to ensure that passengers are still able to travel out of Gauteng if it is not for leisure purposes. Masego?